Hi friends, myself Nisha Sharif, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering. Today's topic is related to the heat exchangers. I am going to explain how to derive LMTD, logarithmic mean temperature difference equation for parallel flow heat exchangers. So let's move to the derivation.
Hi friends, today we are going to the second part of module 4, that is related to the heat exchanger analysis. First of all, you need to understand some assumptions and considerations. So from this portion you need to study both the derivation as well as problems. For designing or predicting the performance of a heat exchanger, it is necessary that the total heat transfer may be related with its governing parameters. That is, the first one is U. U means overall heat transfer coefficient. Overall heat transfer coefficient that you have already studied in the previous modules. And the second one is area, and the third one is temperature. Okay, three factors you have to consider. The first one is overall heat transfer coefficient, and the second one is area. Area means total surface area of the heat transfer, and the third one is temperature. Temperature means the inlet and outlet temperatures of the fluids. Okay, then you have to understand some terms. Let M is equal to mass flow rate, unit is kilogram per second, then Cp is equal to specific heat. You already know the unit, joule per kilogram second. T is the temperature of the fluid in degrees Celsius, and delta T is the temperature drop or the change in temperature. Okay, from this figure, first of all we are going to consider parallel flow heat exchanger. There is hot fluid and cold fluid. TH1 and TC1 are the inlet temperature of hot and cold fluid respectively. TH2 and TC2 are the outlet temperatures of hot and cold fluid respectively. So the temperature difference between inlets, that is TH1 minus TC1, is called theta 1. TH2 minus TC2 is called theta 2. So here TH1 minus TC1 is equal to theta 1 and TH2 minus TC2 is equal to theta 2. And we are assuming that the temperature rejected from the hot fluid is equal to temperature absorbed by the cold fluid. Then the subscripts H and C refers to the hot and cold fluids respectively, and the subscript 1 and 2 corresponds to the inlet and outlet conditions respectively. Assuming that there is no heat loss to the surroundings and potential and kinetic energy changes are negligible. From the energy balance in a heat exchanger, that means the hot fluid rejected heat is equal to heat absorbed by the cold fluid. From the energy balance equation we can write Q, the amount of heat transferred, is equal to heat rejected by the hot fluid. We know that the equation of heat transfer is equal to mc delta T. So for the hot fluid, mh cph delta T means temperature difference of the hot fluid, that is TH2 minus TH1. So in case of hot fluid, heat rejection happens, so negative sign. So the equation becomes mh cph th1 minus th2. Okay. Then for the cold fluid, the same heat is absorbed by the cold fluid. So the equation becomes mc cpc into tc2 minus tc1, change in temperature. Okay, which again equal to the heat transfer from the heat exchanger. So the equation becomes Q is equal to dq is equal to UA theta m, where U is equal to overall heat transfer coefficient between the two fluids, A is equal to effective heat transfer area, and theta m. Theta m is known as LMTD, or the appropriate mean value of the temperature difference. Okay, LMTD is equal to logarithmic mean temperature difference. It is defined as the temperature difference which, if constant, would give the same rate of heat transfer as actually occurs under variable conditions of temperature difference. In order to derive the expression for LMTD for various types of heat exchangers, the following assumptions, or you have to consider some assumptions. The first one is U, overall heat transfer coefficient U is constant, and the second assumption is flow conditions are steady, and the third one is specific heats and mass flow rates of both the fluids are constant. Then there is no heat loss, there is no change of phase either of the fluid during the heat transfer. The change in potential energies and kinetic energies are negligible. Then axial conduction along the tubes of the heat exchanger is negligible. Okay, now we are going to derive the LMTD equation for parallel and counterflow heat exchangers. The first one is LMTD for parallel flow heat exchanger. Parallel flow heat exchanger. Parallel flow heat exchanger means hot and cold fluid passing to the same direction. Here you can see the parallel flow heat exchanger. Hot fluid and cold fluid flows towards the same end. So here it shows the graph between the temperature variations of hot and cold fluid. TH1 and TC1 are the inlet and outlet temperatures of hot and cold fluid. So the difference between TH1 and TC1 we can name as theta 1, and TH2 minus TC2 named as theta 2. Okay, the temperature of the cold fluid is increasing and temperature of the hot fluid is decreasing. Both happens in the same direction. So now we are going to consider a strip. Okay, we are selecting a strip here. The temperature of the hot fluid in the strip is TH and cold fluid is TC, and the difference is known as termed as DTH and DTC. Okay, DTH and DTC. Heat is transferred from hot fluid to the cold fluid. In the strip, dq heat is transferred from the hot fluid to the cold fluid, and the area in the strip is dA. Let us consider an elementary area dA of the heat exchanger. The rate of flow of heat through this elementary area is given by dq is equal to U dA into Th minus Tc, which is equal to U into dA into delta T. As a result of heat transfer dq through the area dA, the hot fluid is cooled by dTh, whereas the cold fluid is heated up by dTc. The energy balance over a differential area dA may be written as dq is equal to, for the hot fluid, minus mH Cph dTh. Temperature heat is rejected, so the negative sign, which is equal to mc Cpc dTc. That heat is absorbed by the cold fluid, which is again equal to U into dA into Th minus Tc. Okay. From this equation, we can write from equation of hot and cold fluid, we can write the equation for dTh and dTc. So dTh is equal to minus dq divided by mH Cph, and dTc is equal to dq divided by mc cpc. So we are introducing some new terms. Ch is equal to mh cph, which is equal to heat capacity of the hot fluid. Capital Ch is equal to heat capacity of the hot fluid. Then Cc is equal to mc cpc, heat capacity of the cold fluid. Then dTh minus dTc, next is equal to dTh minus dTc is equal to dq into 1 by minus dq into 1 by Ch plus 1 by Cc. Okay, here we from the previous figure we can understand that dTh minus dTc is equal to d theta, or Th minus Tc equal to theta. So dTh minus dTc equal to d theta. So here d theta is equal to dq into minus dq into 1 by Ch plus 1 by Cc, capital Ch and capital Cc. So substituting the value of dq from the previous equation, so d theta is equal to d, instead of dq we are substituting minus u dA into Th minus Tc into 1 by Ch plus 1 by Cc. So we know that u dA into Th minus Tc equal to theta. So the equation become 1 by Ch plus 1 by Cc. Okay. Then rearranging the above equation and integrating we will get d theta by theta from 1 to 2 is equal to minus u into 1 by Ch plus 1 by Cc into integral 0 to a dA. So the final equation become, on integrating, ln of theta 2 by theta 1 is equal to minus u into a into 1 by Ch plus 1 by Cc. Now the total heat transfer rate between the two fluids is given by Q is equal to Ch into Th1 minus Th2, which is equal to Cc into Tc2 minus Tc1. We already write in the previous section this equation. Okay, from here 1 by Ch is equal to Th1 minus Th2 divided by Q. So 1 by Cc is equal to Tc2 minus Tc1 divided by Q. Substituting the values of these 1 by Ch and 1 by Cc into the above equation, we get ln of theta 2 by theta 1 is equal to minus ua into Th1 minus Th2 divided by Q plus Tc2 minus Tc1 divided by Q. So we can take Q outside, minus ua by Q into Th2 minus negative sign also we can take into inside, Th2 minus Tc2 minus Th1 minus Tc1. We are rearranging these terms. So from here you can understand that Th2 minus Tc2 is equal to theta 2. Th1 minus Tc1 equal to theta 1. So the final equation becomes ln of theta 2 by theta 1 is equal to ua by Q into theta 2 minus theta 1. Therefore Q is equal to ua into theta 2 minus theta 1 divided by ln of theta 2 by theta 1. The above equation may be written as Q is equal to ua into theta m. Theta m is equal to lmtd, which is equal to theta 2 minus theta 1 divided by ln of theta 2 by theta 1. Theta m is called the logarithmic mean temperature difference. So this is the equation for equation of LMTD for parallel flow heat exchanger. There is a chance for asking the derivation, so you have to study the derivation as well as the problem related to the LMTD equation. Thank you.